All right, hello, and welcome back to the Crossword vlog, aka Clog, Saturday edition. And yeah, as discussed before, not a super competitive week edition. It really just takes one time to kind of sink you. But uh, we still have a fairly good set of times going, and if we hit a sub 12-minute Saturday puzzle, then we at least complete the abridged challenge. So there's still things to play for at the moment. Looks like a classic Saturday style grid. Let's get started. Um, that's Bowser, of course. Places light winds. It's over. We're done. Metaphor for kind of just want that to be eons. Dungeons and Dragons. RPG, role-playing game. Ice Pop. I guess eons was right. Something ing. Light winds. Ocarinas, like wind instruments, put into words. Full ride, free ride. Hmm. Bistros, sarong, spoke, shook hands. Okay, let's go over here. Could be like Tai Chi, table something like a discussion. Alls, maybe? I do. Dawdled. It might just be that. NHL, maybe? Idills? I'm kind of out on a limb at the moment. The Keel. Clones. Kablooey? It went kablooey, it was shot. Turtle shelled. Koopa Troopa. Okay. Toils. Layer of gold. Maybe someone who lays gold? I did it. Or got ya. Something E? Daily. Hungarian has 18. Okay. Probably S here. Something EST. Record qualifier. Dwarf the turn. Okay. Keep the beat. Okay. I'm gonna keep going with the acrosses. Thwarts. Foils like a plan. Maybe Dow. Unveil. Enter into a spreadsheet. I should know this. I don't. Wines, probably S here. Sweet wine of California. Hmm, okay. How could it be anything but daily, though? Y doesn't need to be that, but I would still think daily. Let's look at more of these. 4-star review. Okay. Leaves mixed up. I'm thinking of it like literal leaves. Could be like a tea sort of thing. Shade of green. To succeed. I'm thinking of like succeed in terms of uh like take the throne, give an heir. OD'd on. A relic, I guess. Maybe Eros. Maybe not. Maybe FDA. They could have toxicologists. Layer of gold. Gaia doesn't need to be right. Okay, let's look at these. Red something. So far. I mean, OD'd on certainly doesn't need to be right. Key into a spreadsheet, I think. So let's take all this. Okay. And then over here, did this help me at all? Atlantis. Maybe Reno? Soonest? I don't know if that makes sense. Most likely to succeed. Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah, I don't think that makes sense. Okay. Shook hands. Maybe ED here? It's a bit of a wild guess, though. Maybe something I mean, obviously teal, but I don't know what. Midsummer. Oh, daisy chains. There we go. Okay. Um, so that was a Y. Deer stalking aid. SAN. Sand. Deer stalking. Yeah, not sure. A 4-star review. Okay, time for a lap, I guess. Sealed the deal. There we go. Okay. Lean on me. It's over. Prisms. Whoops. Prisms have a lot of faces. Racket. I want this to be like, I don't know if it's record as in like you broke a record or record like a vinyl record. I'll come back to that. See, it seems like it's a banking sort of thing. What other letters did I get? Hmm. Layer of gold. Maybe rollout. Key. Could be wrong. Yeah, because it's really key in with like parentheses. I mean, roll could also be wrong. So, okay. I got distracted. Has 7. You'd think it'd be like, or 18. I don't know why I said 7 tenses, but obviously that doesn't fit. So, poses. Cases? Like uppercase, lowercase? That's maybe Karen? Seeds. Okay, there you go. Um, this needs to be a consonant. Focus on subjects of interest. So definitely not doing the 1 hour challenge in the limited one today. Crushing. Maybe crushing like a crushing defeat. That doesn't fully help, to be honest, but Double P. Full of dense fog. Yeah, I'm not really seeing what I could put there that would work with a double P. Like, obviously, like something like sappy fits, but that, as far as I know, doesn't have anything to do with being full of dense fog. Okay. And this is probably just some sort of animal. Something tracker? Shade of green. I don't know if a K would really work there. Yeah, let's look at some letters here, I guess. I keep going back to Teely, but then, yeah, that doesn't work with this. Yeah, none of these are. Hmm. Medley green. I don't think that's a thing. Okay. Oh, that certainly doesn't need to be Y. I mean, I still think a Y is likely, but okay. 4-star review. I mean, it's a good but not great review. Something of, maybe. Oh, golden egg. Okay. So maybe soupy? Tour. Tour de force is a phrase. I don't know what that has to do with receiver of a 4-star review. But got him. Oh, salad. That's on me. Santa tracker. I guess the reindeer. I don't particularly like that clue, but um, not needing. Maybe tacit. Camera lenses. Okay. Maybe Kelly is a shade of green. Maybe. Um, as asterisk. Um, Maybe a heron. I can believe that. Hera. Keep the beat. Um, I'm gonna come back to that. Tour de force. Does that letters? Carps is whining. Um, Tour de force. 4-star review. Tour de force. What? Isn't a tour de force like amazing? Like, shouldn't that be a 5-star review? Um, Crushing. Crushing. Loony. Oh, Moony. You're crushing on someone. I guess Maine? Could be like coil, maybe? It to start something one. Okay, that was big progress. Maybe an aphid. Do they no, they kind of just eat leaves, right? Yeah, okay, so Odidon is definitely wrong. Doesn't need to be FDA. Okay. Could we like trot out? It doesn't exactly match though. Trot out is more like display rather than unveil for the first time. Maybe it's you? Nope. Using the clue. Pronto? Like do it fast, and that works with aphid. At last. Log. Hogged something. I mean, Angelica? I mean, I don't know what that has to do with wines. Step one, EPA, to date. Oh, and then keep the beat. I was thinking like the beat as in like the news beat and then NPR kind of works. But then Lean, I don't know what that is. Celine Dion. Oh, CPR, the heartbeat. Okay. All right. Um, Honestly, not a bad time in the context of my overall solving abilities, but in terms of a Saturday time in a streak of not so great times, it does feel like a little bit of a loss. That being said, yeah, I think anything, but me from 2 years ago would be jumping with joy over that time. So let's put it into perspective. Um, yeah. So what did I think of this? I think the fill here is generally pretty strong, and then the cluing is extremely weak, is is what I would say. Um, I I feel like there's just a lot of great fill to enjoy here. Santa Tracker's fun. Sealed the Deal is good. Camera Lens is it's a thing. Um, I love Daisy Chain's Koopa Troopa. The the like correspondence here with this being, the first, this being super centered, like both being in sort of prominent positions in the grid is pretty cool. Um, Lean on Me is cool. Yeah, just a lot of long, interesting fill. The in terms of like grid shape, these corners were pretty isolated, which I wasn't a huge fan of. It definitely uh, like leaves the opportunity to get super stuck in these corners. That actually wasn't really what happened to me. Obviously, this one took a while, but really I was struggling mostly over here. Um, but yeah, in terms of like the cluing, yeah, Tour de Force is like great fill, but it's just completely ruined in my opinion by like an inscrutable clue. Maybe it's just me, but I just don't understand why a 4-star review would like in my mind a tour de force is like this is like the best work you've ever done, and if that's not deserving of 5 stars, what is? So I'm very confused by that. Yeah, layer of gold, I don't know, I feel like it's sort of just trying too hard. Like you have to make like just so many mental leaps for this to make sense, and like like that's fine. The clues are supposed to be hard. It is a Saturday puzzle, but um, like I, I, not every goose, even in the mythological connotation, um, laid golden eggs. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too nitpicky here, but what I'm not being too nitpicky on is like this Angelica clue. Um, I just don't know why this would be clued that way. I think probably nobody knows this wine brand, I presume. Um, and so you might as well just choose like an interesting historical figure with an Angelica name and give a cool clue related to that, because like this is like actively annoying. So might as well give me some trivia if you're gonna annoy me. Um, and then uh, what else? Yeah, this most likely to succeed. This one was also a little inscrutable to me. Um, I think it means like the yeah, it's really hard to parse because most likely to succeed. I think that means most likely to come next. And then soonest like kind of works like that. I don't know. It just felt like quite a stretch, and I'm okay with tricky clues. Um, but yeah, just like when you put in an answer and you're still like not really sure what's going on, I think that's problematic. Um, all that being said, I think it's good to have a challenging Saturday puzzle. This definitely fit the bill. I enjoyed the challenge. There was nothing that really got me stuck too hard. Um, None of the crosses were unfair. Um, and I think that deserves a good rating despite my stated annoyances. So I will give this a 7 out of 10. I do think it is a genuinely good Saturday puzzle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.